Now I have to send it. And post. Perfect. Do you know how many selfies are taken every single day around the world? I searched this morning on the internet. That's me, obviously. 93 million selfies are taken every single day. Most of them are not used to store it on the own camera or the own device. Most of them are used to be posted and shared on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Over 200 million people are using Instagram. 50 million people joined in the last 6 months. And in the meantime, very famous brands have started to use Instagram as well. So, for example, Nike has about 12 million followers. Out of the top 100 brands, 86 brands are using Instagram. And you know, I'm from Germany, so people know that the Germans are very, very much into cars. BMW has more than 2 million followers on Instagram already today. So why I'm making this example? Think about what does it take to transact from such a device, taking a photo and bringing it up on a wall. By the way, this wall is powered by soft layer. It's running on soft layer. And it's in combination with a very good business partner of IBM. So Tom will like it because you need servers. Our friends from software will like it because you need security. You need mobile interfaces. You need an incredibly strong network. Let's pause for a minute on the networking capabilities. Do you know what in today's world here in the United States, in average, the download volume is per second? 18.2 megabit per second. And think about in a few quarters, in a few years from now, we have fiber optic, we speak about 1,000 megabit per second. Now, why I'm using this example? I'm using this example to, and it's just one example, to define what are the new requirements. And I would like to ask you to think about being a patient, being a citizen, being a consumer, being a family member. Think about the requirements which are changing to systems. And behind me, this is just an illustration. Many of you came here from around the world, some of them already end of last week. Think about how many times you physically interacted, how many times you digitally interacted with other companies, with other brands. And ask yourself, how many of those brands you would trust? What did you like interacting with these brands? And I would say, the companies you have interacted with, you want to trust them. And in order to trust them, there are new design points. And I believe one of these design points, and we all like that, including myself, if when you digitally or physically interact, these brands are knowing you. Second, they know you around the world. And the systems they are using are learning, are constantly learning. So I would argue that the design points of a new world of systems is, number one, they know you, whether you are in a country or whether you are traveling around the world. They store the information, they have the information at your fingertips, as well as they are capable to learn, to continuously enhance. So, if you really step back what it means, and it was already mentioned by Ginny and by Tom, we are moving to a world where you perceive the value of a company to you as a consumer as a service. And therefore, the requirements towards an infrastructure is a very different requirement than it was in the past. And very often in the past, the value which was delivered was traditionally thought as being impossible. So the plus sign on this slide is purposely chosen. In the past, we talked about very secure system. Your data, your computing, it had to be secure. That has not changed. But the new requirement is, we live in an open world with open standards. So how do you bring this together? In the past, we talked about either or. Today's world requires a plus, both at the very same time. Second, IT is known, the Fort Knox for data, robust, zero downtime. And when you are consuming information technology 7 days a week, 24 hours, 365 days, you need this industrial strength of zero downtime or always on, always up. But at the very same time, we need to be very dynamic. Workloads are changing, new devices should be connected, and the number of devices, the numbers of standards are continuously growing. So the challenge for an IT infrastructure is significantly different as it was a couple of years ago. And finally, global and personal. Wherever you are, you want that the system knows about you. When you walk into a store, when you walk into a Starbucks cafe in New York City, and they know you, based on your app you have on your mobile phone, you want to have the very same when you walk into Starbucks in Tokyo, or in Munich, or in London. So, at the very same time, global and very personal. These are very new requirements. Requirements which are more and more introduced by the clients, by the ones who want to consume this service. And as I said, the plus, traditionally it was either or. In the future and today, it needs to support both. And there is no compromise. So for us, from an IBM Global Technology Services point of view, together with our 1,600 partners, which are supporting global technology services, these are very different requirements. These are new challenges which are offering a tremendous opportunity. And it has been mentioned a couple of times yesterday and today. We speak a new era of enterprise information technology. And we call it enterprise hybrid IT. It is the combination of the traditional, very strong, very robust, very solid systems and the very agile, very fast systems of engagement. Bringing together systems of record and systems of engagement allow our clients derive insight. And with the insight, they can more and more personalize the offerings and offer all of us, whether you are a patient, a citizen, a student, a much more service-oriented offering and value. The convenience factor will significantly increase. It all needs to be embedded in a very secure environment. In all the three circles you see, systems of record, systems of engagement, and systems of insight, have the opportunity to run in a public or private cloud environment. And I hope you agree with me that this is a tremendous challenge for all the engineers around the world, for our clients, for you as our valued partners, as well as for us. But at the very same time, it is a significant business opportunity. Now let's talk about the opportunity at hand. First of all, in 2015, this market opportunity for infrastructure services is sized 709 billion, just in 2015. So I would say the market is there. Now let's talk about what do our clients think about this market? What do they think about enterprise hybrid IT? According to Gartner, 74% of our clients, of the CIOs, they want to go and create this enterprise hybrid IT. So The willingness to change is there. And the third component, well, have they already started? How do they feel prepared? And I would argue that this third one is, again, a huge invitation for success for our business partners and for IBM. You see here less than 10% of these companies feel positioned well to create enterprise hybrid IT infrastructure environments. So the market is 700 billion plus. 75% of our clients would like to embark on this journey, and less than 10% are prepared to do it on their own. I think it's a tremendous opportunity for all of us. Now, how do we go after that? Let's speak about you and GTS, how we work together and make this happen. You and GTS. I mentioned it already, we have 1,600 business partners working with us, and we want to grow so we get to 2,000 business partners, and definitely we want to do more with the existing business partners. Let's reflect how we did last year. So, last year, the business partners who were working with us in the MSP environment, 2x growth. Congratulations, wonderful done. Already today, 21% of IBM's channel revenue is created in the collaboration between business partners and global technology services. And let me make this point up front here. I do know that some of our service offerings overlap. In some instances, we are competing. But bear in mind, 700 plus billion US dollars, that's a tremendous opportunity for all of us. And I do think we should collaborate more and see more areas that we can work together. But I do want to acknowledge that in some instances, there is a competition. And competition always helps to sharpen the offerings. Now, let's look forward. What does it mean going into 2015? What does prosperity mean for you and for us? What do we have prepared in terms of investments to going after the marketplace very, very aggressively? Message number one, we continue to invest. As I said, we want to attract more business partners, and we want to do more with our existing business partners. And first of all, we have created in the past the so-called client value plays. These client value plays are used to train the GTS sales force, the SMB sales force, and the sales force of our business partners. So a homogeneous curriculum. So what we train inside IBM, we train outside IBM. You will see more of those going forward. The seller education continues as well. And in November last year, we introduced an app, Know on the Go. This should help every single seller in the conversation with the client who have strong value arguments, and we continue investing into that. And last but not least, we have a very good investment prepared for co-marketing. We get about $50 of pipeline for about $1 invested in co-marketing. So, what do we do on top? Because we heard it at the beginning, we are here for the money. We have a remarketing margin enhancer program. We would like to attract business partners to do more with us. So let's put money behind what we said. We will grant 10% additional rebate for business partners which really want to grow fast. And fast for us means growing faster than 80%. We want to accelerate our client success. Second, we have introduced a services consumption incentive program. It's a one-to-one match on demand generation on investments to 3% of annuity revenue in the managed services area. Again, we want to create additional opportunity, and we want to create the opportunity very fast. Now, there is a third element which I would like to mention here. Some of you may have heard it already. With a great recognition from the workforce of GTS and a great acknowledgement, we have decided to move together the traditional SO line of business and the ITS line of business. We have created infrastructure services next to our TSS organization. So, and what is the value this organization will bring to you and mean to you? First of all, these line of services, and I will speak about them in a minute, are vertically integrated to drive a very professional, very highly skilled workforce, which will work with you, our partners, and our clients to help them into the new world of hybrid enterprise IT. And let me go through one by one by one. Let me start with TSS. Do you know that our TSS organization is speaking 127 different languages? Do you know that this organization is supporting 30,000 products, IBM and non-IBM? We have a huge footprint, second to none, around the world. And given that enterprise hybrid IT is not a greenfield or brownfield opportunity, people are coming from their legacy. So, and it's simply nice to believe, but the reality in most of the cases, we have a heterogeneous environment. So for us, from an IBM perspective, working with you, it's very important that we are capable to support multi-level. And that's right there where we're going to invest. We are striving for new partnerships. One we have done with Bradesco in Latin America to support ATM machines. Rick Ruiz is here. He is ready to discuss creative ideas to use the structural footprint we have around the world, plus the language capabilities to do more services in a multi-vendor environment. But let's be clear, Tom, stay cool, stay safe, don't come out of your seat. More than 90% will be true blue, but we will complement our portfolio. On this one you saw as well a Beacon Award. One of our partners here, Sirius, created a very nice package which is called SMART, together with our TSS organization, and congratulations, the award will be handed over later. Second, when you go through all the elements of these service lines you need to provide hybrid enterprise IT, it all starts with system services. And you have seen the excellency of our technology presented by Tom. But at the very same time, when these systems are coming together, you need to do system planning. You need to do a horizontal, holistic planning of availability, of resiliency. So you need an organization who is capable to do the planning as well as being responsible for delivering this service. That will be in the system services team. And equally important, and I used a few examples, the networking capabilities. The networking is becoming more and more often the single point of being a bottleneck, the single point of failure. Whether it's the equipment in the data center, or whether it's the connectivity to the wide area networks, to the wireless networks, to the mobile devices. So we will have a very strong team capable to help our clients, together with our business partners, to do the planning, to do the implementation of networking services. And again, in this area, we are looking for new partnerships and for new offerings. And when you put this all together, resiliency. Resiliency is very important. When you think about how we all consume as a service the offerings from the companies, from the constituencies we deal with every single day, resiliency is very important. You can lose the trust of a client instantly. If you check in, the system is not available. If you want to do it in a mobile environment, if you arrive at a hotel, the queue is long because the system is down, you may not choose again to go into this hotel. So it's very, very important that resiliency from an IT infrastructure point of view is known discipline. And here another example, Mobile, Etihad Etisalat from Saudi Arabia is working with us in this territory on a wonderful resiliency package, was very successful and will receive a Beacon Award later today. Congratulations as well. And mobile. I mean, the examples are plenty. Everybody is using a mobile device, excuse me, and I would assume that here in the room, at least you have two with you, and maybe even more on the hotel room or in the safe. So this is a tremendous opportunity. But let's be clear, this is not about the device only. This is about making on the device the data from the back end in a way available that they can be consumed, allowing secure transactions all the way through from the mobile device to the back-end system. And for that, you need planning, you need release management, you need service levels, and you need accountability. Our business partners and GTS will be able to provide this. I would like to close by, first of all, thanking the 1,600 business partners for the work they have done in 2014. You have been incredibly successful, and 21% of IBM's general revenue, that's a landmark number. I hope you allow me to express my sincere appreciation to double this with you in the years to come. The opportunity with more than 700 billion just in 2015 should make us feel extremely positive about the opportunity and really aggressive. By the way, today is the 11th of February, so we are almost in the midst of the first quarter, and these programs I mentioned, they are valid instantly. So please, if you don't go to playing roulette or whatever, go hunting. Go hunting. We take orders.